Hi, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sue if you haven't been here before, and today I'm going to go back to my roots of where I started, which was scrapbooking. All of these albums that I started back in 1983, there are pages in here that I never finished, and they're starting to turn yellow because they were all the magnetic pages, which nobody uses anymore. We've transferred everything to acid-free pages, and I have some that are left over. So that's what today's project will be, and plus the next few videos that I have in this series will also be based upon scrapbooking. So please, if you like this video and you want to see more, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you will know, which I'm going to try to do I try to do these weekly so that you could see progress as I go along in converting photos into the albums. And I do have some 12 by 12s as well as the 8.5 by 11. But today it's going to be 8.5 by 11. So let's get started. So do your pictures look like this in your albums? This is what started my scrapbooking years ago, at least back in 1987, is all my albums have turned yellow. Now, when I started, 12 by 12 wasn't out yet. Everything was 8.5 by 11. So in order to keep it consistent, I'm going to have to make an 8.5 by 11 for these albums and for these pictures and put it back into the album. What I did was I'm going to take the pictures off, get rid of the magnetic, just get rid of this, and then just put these on cardstock and embellish the page. And I need to get back in, and I'm sure you have the same situation where you have these sitting in albums and you're like, oh gosh, they're not fun anymore, but we have to take care of them to preserve them for future generations. So that's what we're going to do today, is convert these to new 8.5 by 11 pages and get them out of this magnetic folders. Since we're not stamping, I switched to this background, which is just a self-adhesive mat. So let's see. We'll go through these and just keep the ones that were, that was kind of dark. That was a no for sure. Action, oh, that's a no. Action, that's a keeper. Why do we have deer? Who cares? Maybe one deer we'll keep. The boats. Ooh, that's nice and blurry. That's a good one. That's a good one. Looks like a duplicate of this one, doesn't it? That one looks kind of blurry. So we narrowed it down to these. Get rid of those. Oh, who cares about the deer? Down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get rid of all of these. Good. So we only have 6 to deal with on an 8.5 by 11. So we've got action, scenery, and action. And from this, now I want to narrow it down because on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, you only have so much room to fit them all in there and then have a title. So you want to try to get in as many as you can. So I think I want to leave this one because it's got the full background. It's got a good action. I think I want to leave that one to the same size. This one, all of this is useless background. I only want this. So I could just do an oval and then do a big oval with the background. I want to get as much of that spray as possible. So if I do, I think I like the larger size like that. Gives a little bit more of the background so you can kind of see what's going on. And then you still get the spray and you can see the smoothness of the lake. So I think I'll cut that one down to that size. And then this one, since it's a focal point, but it's got the nice wide, got the whole image and that. I don't think I want to cut that up. Well, that's kind of useless over there, and you can still see the toe line of the boat. You can see the shoreline. And cut it down to like that figure for the big one. And then these I may just leave. We'll see how they, this one, it's all blurry. I want to just show the background and the splash. I think I'll go a little off center like that. And then get that round for that, because I don't need any of this background, and any of this is just duplicate. So we just want to focal the spray and the background. So let me go run to my Cuttlebug and take these out. So we're still getting smaller and smaller for that 8.5 by 11. So it occurred to me that this was July. So I think I have here some 4th of July cardstock. I believe it's 8.5 by 11. Yeah. So before I do too much planning, I'm going to just lay it out on here. So this is ready to go. I could just put this right in the album right now. So I've got some yellow with that background to bring out that. And I've got that. I've got the yellow down here for that. And then I can border each of these with a color that kind of matches. I like to border my pictures. It's part of, some people like to be a little bit crazy and just kind of place them anywhere, but I like to border them and make them even. So I think I can border these in a very small red border to match the Berryessa and bring in all the red. But I'll leave this as a border for yellow for these two, and it will bring in the yellow of the other colors. I hope you agree. I think that's the way I'm going to go. I'll do a scallop border for both of those, and I'll run those through the Cuttlebug. So I'll cut this down with a little border all the way around it. And for the photos, I don't like to glue photos just in case somebody down the road wants to tear apart this and do it over or spread it amongst the friends. So I always use photo stickers for the just basic run-of-the-mill pictures. These are fine. But if they were like pictures from old ones that you're never going to get duplicates, or they're really special, I would use a photo corner and slide them in there so that they can be removed safely. I don't glue and I don't put any tape on the back. I just use these on the corners, and then they can still be peeled up and they don't affect the picture at all. So that's what I do for the photos. Like I said, antique photos, you wouldn't want to do this at all. You want to make sure you use a photo corner so you can remove it safely. This is just good for the run-of-the-mill pictures that you have. And then you just kind of line that up like that. And then I'll trim that down with a little border all the way around. I know this whole process seems a little time consuming, but when you consider how you're protecting these photos for generations, because now you're putting on all acid-free cardstock, you're using acid-free material, it's not going to turn that yellow, and it's going to last forever. I'm going to angle it like I think I'll angle it because that's how he's angled, and leave that completely straight up and down so that's straight, but the picture is angled. So far, I think that's the way I like it. So let me, give me a minute. We'll put this together. We'll glue it all down and go to the next phase. You would think it's done. It's kind of self-explanatory. It's got the plates, it's got the date, but it doesn't have the who. So I need to get the who in here. And then I want to put some embellishments on here. So there's the tag. It's got his name. And then I just added some little water droplets that I had from another old set from my stash. Just kind of tie into the water. And then I'll put this in a sheet protector and put it in the album. So from all those pages that we had before that were all turning yellow, we now have a cohesive page with just the pictures that we want, none of the extra duplicates. Remember, we got rid of all of those. We have just the focal point we want. We've got the who, the what, and the where, the year, the month. We've got everything there, and it all ties together. So thank you for joining me on getting this one page complete and get rid of all those magnetic pages. And I look forward to showing you more scrapbooking that I have in the future. So please subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I hope you have a wonderful evening or day whenever you happen to be watching this, and you get a chance to look at those old albums and revisit them and get them saved for future generations.